Hi, I'm Phil, and welcome back to another installment in my Christmas vinyl advent calendar. Today's entry, day 15, brings us a very important Christmas album that people maybe would not assume as such. However, it was a Billboard charting album, and deservedly so. Back in the 1950s, Ross Bogdasarian Sr. released a series of albums starring some chipmunks, Alvin, Simon, and Theodore, Alvin and the Chipmunks. And he went under the moniker of Dave. And I have to say, these albums were spectacular, but they don't measure up to what we have today. Now, they did release some Christmas albums as well, and they were strict Christmas covers done in a novelty style. The thing that set this one apart is that it no longer was done by Dad, it was done by Junior, Ross Bogdasarian Jr., and he took on the moniker of his father, Dave Seville. And you can tell that there's a slight difference in the voices. However, that doesn't matter because a television program came out. And this is back in the days when you had the Smurfs Christmas coming, you had the Snorks Christmas, you had Rainbow Bright Christmas, you just had the Garfield Christmas, then the Heathcliff Christmas, and all kinds of Ziggy Christmas, and constant barrage of Christmas 30-minute shorts, whatnot, on television. And you'd have the spinning CBS, Sunday night special for Christmas or something up here. But nonetheless, you had an animated cartoon called A Chipmunk Christmas and an album that went along with it. And that's where today's album comes in. And the thing that sets it apart is it's not just music. It's a story. It's narrated. It's got Santa Claus in it. And the thing that I love especially about it is that Santa Claus is voiced by Frank Welker. Yes, that Frank Welker. Now you might be thinking, the Megatron? No. Well, yes, but no. The Fred from Scooby Doo. And as well as a million other voices that you've probably recognized if you grew up watching Saturday morning cartoons in the 70s or any of those treasures in the 80s as well. In fact, he actually was, while he was not in the movies, the Transformer Michael Bay movies, he did do the voice of Megatron in the video games. And he's also, I think, Starscream and Shockwave, a number of voices that we've all come to know and love. And you get to hear him here on vinyl as Santa Claus. But that is not the reason, right? There's a story of a Alvin wanting a harmonica, and it's a heartwarming tale, actually. But this is the cover, and it's also wonderful because you get some cool animation on the back here. So it's more than just the music in this case. You're actually getting a presentation, a package. It's got this beautiful night, Christmassy sky there on the gatefold, as well as the lyrics that are there as well. And clearly you're not going to be able to make those out. But boy, it's a Thomas Kincaid, Eat Your Heart Out. And it's just a beautiful, sound, two-sided, one album. But that's not all. When you, back in the day, you'd get something like this, and I have a number of Disney things as well, but you'd also get this handy little thing here. And it's an actual storybook, you see. So you'd get to read along as you're listening, too. And, man, I listen to this even without my kids because it's such a fantastical trip down memory lane. 1981. It comes from RCA Records, by the way. But then the wonderful visual presentation doesn't stop there. Also, these very awesome labels. Let's see if this will focus here, and you can see this beautiful label that comes on the records and how cool this thing is. Well, I will just insert it here so that you can see it because I want you to be able to see. But just absolutely wonderful labels here as well that aren't your traditional RCA labels, and they could have done that, but they went above and beyond. Well, I hope that you have had an experience listening to this album, or if there's any others that are comparable out there. We've got a few more entries coming up later this week. I apologize about getting two on Saturday and then two again here on Monday, but you'll probably hear I'm still trying to recover. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Leave your comments below of any albums that you'd like me to add to my list, maybe for a special Christmas Day edition of something, or if there's something you think that I was wrong about in presenting from my enthusiasm for the ones I have shown. Nonetheless, I'd like to see your comments, and like and subscribe if you've not done so, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you're made aware when I do drop the next installment. Until then, remember, there's magic in the grooves. I'll see you next time.